Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, thank you for the support, and I see that the video I did last time for Crafter's Companion, such a lot of people have watched it, so thank you for that. So it must be something that you liked. So I thought I'd go down a bit of a similar route again today, different dies, different collections of bits and pieces. So I'm planning on using the luxury mixed cardstock for the glitter card, some papers from the Hummingbird, the 12 by 12, the Spellbinding borders, the studded leather embossing folder, the Bronte nesting dies, and I possibly may also be using some of the timeless butterflies as well. Okay, so let me just move these bits out of the way and stick my Gemini on. I'm not prepared at all, so those to the side because we will need those, and I can pop that down there. Okay, so I'm also going to be using Crafter's Companion pearl card. I think it's a Snow White, but the actual card that I'm going to be using is a sort of scalloped 8 by 8 card blank. Okay, so I'm going to start just by taking 2 pieces of this glitter card out, and this is, in my opinion, as good as the Hunky Dory one. It's obviously no shed, it's stuck in well, but it is lovely. It's super sparkly. So let's just take that second one out if it wants to come. Okay, there we go. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to be using as well, I'm going to be using a set of dies that's not Crafter's Companion, but that I picked up on their website for, I think it's about a tenner as a platinum price. So I'll bring those in a second. So this first layer, I'm going to cut two notches under the 7, and I think that is the right size. I may need to trim it down again in a second. And this one I can go ahead and gut a little bit as well, so let's just make the most of that. I don't know if I'll use it again on this project. I possibly will. Actually, it's better if I do it from the other side because you can see a little better than trying to cut on that glitter. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be using that today, but we will keep that to the side. So the next thing I need is a piece of the pearl card, and I'm going to cut this to 7 by 7, and this is what I'm going to use to die cut from first of all. Okay, so let me put that away a second. And I'm going to bring in these Creative Expressions Noble Collection Stitch Square B. Like I say, these were on the Crafter's Companion website under the clearance. I got those, and I got another one, a scalloped, sort of pretty scalloped types pair as well. And they were reduced, so you know, if you're looking for a set like that, then it's definitely worth going over and having a little look. So I'm going to take the largest one. This has got a stitched edge on it. I'm hoping I've not cut this too small. No, I haven't. I do need to make sure I just pop it in right. So let me just move those out of the way, get myself some tape ready. Just squaring this up. A little bit there, and I'm hoping that tape doesn't emboss in, otherwise you may have to do this little bit again. So let's just pop that through. It's obviously just going to take a little longer just because it's the bigger plates. And they clatter when it comes out the back as well. See how we have done. Take one off. Right, okay, I'm just gonna cut that again because there is just that little imprint on it, which would be fine if I was embossing this one, but I'm not embossing this one. We just have a quick rejig. No, it's going to be fine. And you've also, what I would say is if you are worried about that, then obviously just put it through with a bigger piece of A4 card or letter size, whatever you have in the States, and then just put tape on the outside. But you do get that lovely frame as well, which you could use elsewhere. I'm not going to be using that today, so that's going to be fine. So let's pop that out of the way. Hopefully that might be any time I have to use my big plates. Right, where is my silver frame? So we've got my silver frame that's fitting onto there like that. It's got probably about 1 millimetre more border than I normally would have, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and pop that on, and again I'm doing a tent fold just because of the weight of the card. I think I will use my tacky glue on this one. So I'm just putting a bit all around these edges. It should give me a little bit of wiggle time, just not a whole heap. So let's put that nice and straight, and then we want this one and about there. And because I'm having it this way, I kind of want a little bit of a bigger border at the bottom, so just making sure that is straight. Okay, and then this one is just going flat on top. And again, I'm just using the tacky glue. You can use your all-purpose. It's whatever you want to use really, but just be careful of the glitter card with the all-purpose, because you don't want that glue to take the finish off. So just wondering why that's not quite stuck down there, so let's just put the glue on that edge. A little bit more there, so just going to put a little bit of pressure on that. Okay, so there's the start of our card. Okay, so we can pop that one to the side. So the next one is another square layer, and this one I want to be, so that one was the 7, so I'm going to go 6 by 6 on this one, and again I'm going to come in with this glitter card. And we'll go 6 by 6 on that one. And then I need a piece of pearl to mat that onto. So that's going to be 2 notches under the 6. 2 notches under the 6. And that one's not going to have the stitched edge on. So we've got that one there. And then the next one I need is going to be another glitter one. Let's see, let's go with this one. So this should be 6 by 6. Yeah. So I'm going to come in and I want to go, probably want to go about 5 3/4 on this one. I am going to cut it down to 5 3/4 that size, that side, but that will change a little because we're going to die cut the end of that. And then I'm going to bring in this dragonfly pad. Was it dragonfly? No, hummingbird pad. And there was a beautiful blue paper that I saw. That one. Get some more. This one here. Oops. So I'm going to be using the B side on this one, just slightly more muted. So that one. So this one we cut at, was it 5 3/4? So this one we're going to come in. We'll start it at just 2 notches over the 5.5. But we may amend that because obviously again we are going to cut into that. Go over there. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in my Enchanted Dreams Spellbinding Borders dies. And the one that I was going to go with, so I want this dotty edge, and I also want, I think it was this one here, so I think that's this bottom one. I can live with it if it's the top or the other one. Oops. So I'm going to come in with this piece here, and I'm just going to pop that to round about in the centre. And then we've got these 3 dots at the bottom, sort of 3 bulges. So I'm just going to try and get that as straight as I can. And then I can come underneath with this one. I think that should be it. Put that onto there. That one onto there. And this should fit on my smaller plates. Yes, it does. Oops. I think that's all cut all the way through. So remember, it is a glitter card, so it has got a coating on it. Pretty sure that's gone all the way, has it? Let me grab my pokey tool. It's always these middle bits that struggle. Yeah, I think I'm going to pop that through one more time. So I don't need the top bit. So I'm just going to slot that back in. Just make sure that's there nice and tight. Just put that there. Making sure that's there. And just pop that through one more time. Hoping that should be it. side, we don't need that one again. Right, let's pop these bits out. Yeah, that's much better. Like I say, there is that coating on there, so they are cut through, but it's just the coating is keeping them in place. So again with these dots, it's just a question of releasing them. Apologies if you can hear the neighbours, they're on their way out again. Just being a little bit stubborn, it's out, but it's still connected there, so it was not wanting to let go. And trouble is when you, well, not trouble, but when you have these filigree dies, it's it tends to cling to itself as well. So you just have to be a little bit patient and just work your way along. And this is such a pretty die. So we've got all of those bits. Let me just move those into the bin and then just get rid of these dots. There and there. If you do this with a mirror card, you won't have this problem. But I am just trying to use up bits that I've got, and I do like the look when you use a bit of glitter. It's just elevates things just a little bit. And we just got that one there, and I think that's that on that one. Okay, perfect. So then the next thing I want to do is just clean this die out. And I've got my die brush for this, I think. I think it should be, I've just got 3 there being stuck. Okay, and the other one I want is the plain one, or do I? No, I don't. I just want this one because it does cut the end. Okay, so doing exactly the same thing as I did before, just gonna pop it to pretty much the center, and I'm just making sure this edge and this edge are pretty much similar. And then I can come in with this die. Again, we've got those 3 little swags at the bottom. Just trying to make them as equal as possible. So I'm trying to get this one to sort of pretty much the end, and then just the little spaces there on the second one, just making sure they are pretty much the same. So we'll pop that one there and there, and we'll pop that through. And this is just paper, so it should go through perfect. And like I say, I will be cutting that down because this is going to come to this border here pretty much, may come over a little bit. And as you can see, they've all come out perfect just because that is paper. Oops, put that in there. And we'll pop that there. Okay, and my plan for this one is to come over the top. So I'm just going to grab my pencil. And the end of my glitter card is there, so I just need to take a tiny little piece off. So this should now have a nice border all the way around, and it does. Okay, so that's where we're at the moment. And then I'm going to come back to let's have a look. So take this one out first of all, see if I can get it out of the packet. I just want to okay. So I want to make a small mat for that to go on. So just bringing in some of these bits that we had from there. And this is, let's go from the bottom, that might help. So it's just about, if I go 4 inches by 5 1/4. So 4 inches by 5 1/4. 4 and 5 1/4. And I need another little piece of glitter. And that will be 2 notches over the 4 by 2 notches over the 5 1/4. And that should fit nicely onto there. Okay, let's pop that one away for a second. So the next thing I want to do is emboss this with this studded leather. So we're just going to add a little bit of texture, and I'm not bothered if it's embossed or debossed. I'm pretty sure, let's have a look. Pretty sure that's going to be embossed, but we'll see what happens. Either way. And is this a 3D one? No, it's just a normal one. So we can pop that through. And all of my little pieces are starting to come together now. Okay. Oh, you can see that's embossed, that gorgeous. Really on the pearl card it's just gorgeous. Okay, so we'll pop that one in, and we can pop that one out of the way. And then coming back to my frames. So we need some silver. Let's see if we've got a nice little, we'll use this bit here. So we want that one to cut in the silver. Okay, and what I've just decided to do is just to bring in my Illustrator pen. I think it's probably going to be the best one for this. I've got two different ones. I've got a classic, it's just got the chisel nib. What I'm going to do is just mark with my pencil sort of where that is going to come to. And because I don't have any glitter colour card, the one that I want to use, what I'm going to do is just go over this with my classic. Just randomly popping the colour down, and you still retain that glitter through afterwards, so it's just a question of getting the colour down. And you could do this with your inks if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure it will work. You're using your ink, and like you can see, I'm just rubbing this colour on. And this is quite a soft finish, although it's not silk by any means, which is why you can hear the scrubby noise. And the middle is not so important really, because that's going to be covered up with another layer, but just going to make sure I've got plenty on this outside. Let's see. I can always touch it up once it comes out if I need to. Okay, let's see how that comes out. Like I say, I can always touch it up if I need to. Tape on there. Let's pop that through. Okay, I was planning on not sticking because of the ink being a little bit wet, but we should be okay. Clean hands now. Through. Hopefully that's cut through nicely, and it does need to go through again. Let me grab a piece of cut and tidy. So cut and tidy is just a piece of plastic. It just puts an extra bit of pressure on as it goes through, and it keeps all of the bits together. This was from Carnation Crafts. If you put an extra piece of card in, or you could use a metal plate if you wanted to. I always find my plates sort of really do bow a lot if I use that metal plate, so if I can get away with using my cut and tidy, I do. Alright, here's the moment of truth. Out. You can see as that's drying, it's going a little paler. If you wanted to go in with a darker blue, you could. It's from the other. But this is really gonna sort of, I'll show you when I put it on the white in a second, it will really pop. And it will just pick up those blue tones from that paper that we used underneath. So it's a little bit of method in my madness. If you wanted to keep it silver, you could do. I just thought it would be nice just to have another little pop of blue. And obviously I'm hoping to put a butterfly on, or two. They will be blue as well. Gems will probably be clear. Alright, okay, let's put that to the side, and when I put that on there you can see how that just pops. Okay, so that's going to be the perfect size to go on that cut into that mat on there, so I'm not going to do that. And then this piece here, so I need a white piece to go on here, which is going to be pearl. And then, like I did last time, I need another piece to turn around so I can stamp my sentiment on, because do it that way. I really don't like stamping onto pearl card because it tends to slip for me. So I'm going to stamp on the other side. So let's pop that onto there. And these shouldn't need the cut and tidy. because although they're detailed, they're not wildly detailed, they're just decorative edges really. So let's pop that onto there. Oops, that was stuck to the top. There we go. Pop those plates away a moment. And you've got that lovely detail on there. And then this one cuts in a little bit, I believe. So, yeah, like so. Okay. So, like I say, I want to do another matte and layer on there. Actually, I could do it in the blue paper, just to bring that to the forefront again. Have I got another little piece? Yes, I have. Let's bring that. And we want this blue side. Just going to bring that in again. Okay, let me grab a ruler. There's my square one. And it starts at 0 this side for some reason on this one. So this is, so if I go 3.5 by 2 notches over the 2, we'll start there. 3.5 by 2 notches over the 2. Let's see how that comes out. Because we've got a bit of text there. Are we going to see that once that's on? No, we're not. Okay, so yeah, happy with that, happy with that. So next thing, I'm going to bring in my stamping platform. This is the Hunky Dory one, and if I grab my dotty tape pen, just pop a couple of dots on the back there just to hold that in place while we stamp, just in case it goes wrong. And the stamp that I'm going to be using is from the subscription box with the iris folding. I'm not quite sure what number it is. I did use these the other day, and I'm just going to go with the generic Let's Celebrate. So I'm going to put that there. Sorry about my head. And get rid of that. And put that onto there. Pick that up. Okay, and I think probably just going to go in with the black. I could go in with the blue, with the quick dry. I think I'll just go black. I tend to have more success with black than I do with the colours. It's probably more about me than anything else, but let's see how this goes. So I'm just using the alcohol proof, just because it's the first one I picked up. I'm just going to put another one on there because that's just a little bit blotchy. Oh, perfect, happy with that. Okay, so let's put that back over there, put that back in its new home, and then pop that one off. Okay. And then what I'm also going to do is grab some, I probably think ocean blue is probably going to be the right colour for this one. Oh, no, that's quick dry. Let's go. Are you ocean blue? You are ocean blue. And then I just need a blender with a got foil flakes in here for some reason. I'm just going to go around the edge just to bring that blue tone in, and I may actually, while I'm here, just go around the papers as well, just to get rid of those blue edges. Like I say, I'm not inking on properly, just to make sure we've got that present blue tone. And this is the water reactive one. Okay, and then lastly, this one here. And then what we can do is start to assemble, and then just at the end it will be gems and butterflies is the plan. So just touching it round, kissing it, I suppose you would say. Just to put that hint on, so I'm happy with that. So let's just pop that there. Okay, move all of those out of the way, and then we can start to put this together. Okay, so the other thing I just want to grab already is going to be my foam pads. Okay, so this one on this one, and we're going to go with, let's see, do I want that one flat? Yes, I want this one flat. So I'm going to switch it up and go back to my all-purpose, just because it is my favourite glue. And I'm going to go on pretty much centrally. And you can't see any of that marking that I could see before, you know, when I put this one through with the dotted line. You cannot see any of that there now because that's been covered up. So and then this is the plain one. Okay. So then next we're going to come in with this one raised. So got these huge 3mm pads from Crafter's Companion. I haven't gone over the edge. I'll just pop a few across there. Just move that for a second. Okay. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do, I think, is just grab my scissors. I'm hiding. Let's see, just one tiny one, I think, to go under there. I don't know if I might need to chop this down a bit more. And a little bit there just for support. I'm probably just going to need one more. It would have been easier if I'd have found the smaller ones for these bits, to be honest, but never mind. And if you want to use your 3D glue gel, or even if you want to keep this flat, you know, it's whatever you think at the end of the day. This is just an idea, and if you wanted to change it up, different colours, different products, definitely is fun to do. And as always, just putting a little bit of tacky glue on there, just for an extra bit of stick and a bit of wiggle time. bring this down. Just want to go a nice border at the top and the side, and then that will fall wherever it needs to. This bit is going to be nice and flat, so get the right side. So I want the plainer side with the more blue tones. And that's going to go onto there, like so. That nice and straight. Okay, and then this piece here, again, we're going to raise. Deciding which way up I want that to be. Go that way. And this is going to come over I think it might come over the top. Otherwise we're going to hide a lot of that, so let's see, maybe we should have gone a bit smaller on that one. Yeah, I'm going to just redo that, guys, sorry, bear with me. I'm just going to make that a little smaller, so I'll just do that quickly off the video. Okay, bear with me. Okay guys, so what I did is I recut that one, and the pearl is 3.5 by 5 inches, and then I've just done a slightly bigger border, and this is just slightly smaller than this actual die cut, so it will come over the edge, but it's not going to affect anything because we've got the silver with that blue, so it will coordinate, and it does mean that we can fit it on there a little better. So I'm happy with that. So before I pop that onto there, what I want to do is just bring in some of these clear stones, and I'm just going to go around the outside, so everything in the middle you're not going to see. So just on the outsides of these, I'm just going to pop a little stone, and this is a clear gem, you know, the dewdrop ones, and you will just get a hint of it behind the see-throughness of the die. And I'm just checking, yeah, we're not going to see those other ones. So and you can go with pearls if you prefer, because of the silver. I did sort of experiment with whether I was going to go with clear or pearls today, which is why I've got a mix up in my little tray of both, but I did decide on these clear ones. Just felt that they looked better with the silver glitter, because obviously I'm going to put some down here as well. I say obviously, I do like to put stones on, you know, it's one of my favourite things to do. Not everybody's bag, I know. And 1 and 2. Okay, so they will dry clear underneath. So I'm going to bring in these chunky pads again, and I'm just going to pop these into the back of here. All those gems are just getting tacky. Just one more here, I think. Okay, so if I bring in my card again, I'm going to go with the all-purpose. Just popping that string, sorry. Just going to pop that so we've got a nice border pretty much all the way around. And I missed a gem there, or lost one. Just put that. Let's get that on the right way, it might help. That's that. Okay, and then I can take these backs off. And if you wanted to sort of cut this out twice, not necessarily out of the glitter, you could do just white card and sort of glue them back to back to make it a little bit more stronger. You can do. My card is going to go in a box, so I don't think it's going to get that much being sort of wiggled about. So, but if you think that it's a situation where it might be, then it could be worth just cutting that twice and laying them on top of each other. So that's on there, like so. Okay, and then next we're going to come in with this blue. We're nearly done now. And I had the writing down that way before, so let's not change that. Put that on. Do I want any height on here? No, I think I've gone about as high as I want to. It's just going to go onto the centre of there. And this one, are we going to go? Yeah, I think we'll go flat again because we're already quite high. Into the centre. Okay, so now we are coming to the decorating sort of part of it, so let's pop them out of the way, and I'm going to bring in these timeless butterflies, and then I've got the pad. Hoping the dies are in here. Yes, they are. Okay, and I'm just really wanting the blue ones, so let's just pick out one of these sheets, and then we need to find number 4. Oh, it's that way, I think. So number 4 is there. So let's grab the smaller tape, I think. I'm hoping that's not slipped. Okay, we want number 9. Is that number 9 or is that number 6? I think it might be number 9. Let's have a look. Number 9. Covered up, and then we want number 11 and 16, 21. That's number 11. I'm not really that bothered if I accidentally cut off their antennae, it's not going to be the end of the world. Something there. And then we want number 25, which is going to be down here. So how many we've got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. And number 18. 18 should be there. And I may not use all of these, I might just pop on them. But I figure if I cut them out now, I've got them in the packet ready if I need them in the future. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for now. Pop these onto my mat. Those 3. I've caught the edges on some, but that's fine. I will just go around on my ink pad to tie in. There we go, so let's pop those there. I can tidy up those in a minute. So I'll just bring back my little dauber. I'm just going to colour that yellow edge in. So you will still see it a little bit, but it's not going to be as noticeable as it was. And again. And I've not put any more ink on here. It's just what's already on there from before. Obviously not just lined them up properly, but that's fine. Okay, and let's get ready to pop these on. Okay. So I'm going to be using my glue gel. So let's make sure that's working, and it is. I'm just going to pop one here. I might just use only 3. And then let's go for this one, which I might just trim some of that edge off. That's a bit better. And this one, I think, let's go up here. Stand him up so his wings are flying. And that one. Okay, so we can save those for another day. And then lastly, it's going to be these gems. So I'm going to bring back my tacky glue. And I'm just going to put some glue on all of these little edges, and bring some of these smaller ones in as well. In there, and the smaller ones are just going to pop onto those smaller circles, spirals. And I can go on those. Larger pieces. There. Just a little bit more here, here. And you can really go to town if you wanted to. You could put one on all of these little dots. If you are great with your tonic Nouveau drops, you could use those. So And my hands start to ache when I use those, just start going. Okay, so if you wanted to also, you could go round on here. I think I'm just going to put one on each corner there. Just bring that across. You know, and you know, it's one of those things with putting stones on. You can go to the nth degree. You could be stoning all of these. I mean, all of these little circles here are asking for a stone to be put in. I'm not going to do that today. That's the card finish for me. So yeah, that's another little idea with the layers, the white on white, and the butterflies. Back to hunky-dory again next time. Not sure what I'm going to bring to you, because I've got a couple of new things here, quite a few new things actually. So I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, whichever one to pick up we will do. And then after that, back to Crafter's Companion. Again, not sure with that yet. I have got some of the matte layering dies coming, the sort of traditional ones that were on recently, so I might have a little play with those, but there's plenty here to be playing with. You know, it will be something nice anyway, so we can't really make a bad card with their bits. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you for your support. I really do appreciate that. But take care of yourselves till next time. Bye bye.